De Niro. In Bang the Drum Slowly, the critics called him a brilliant new talent. After Mean Streets, they said he was a genius. For his performance in The Godfather Part 2, they gave him the Academy Award.
Come on, man. Just get me out of here, all right?
Now, Robert De Niro creates a terrifying portrait of life on the edge of madness.
Tabby, just forget about this. It's nothing.
Taxi Driver, a film by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, people do anything in front of a taxi driver. I mean, anything. People too cheap to rent a hotel room.
Oh, driver, hurry up, will you?
People want to embarrass you. It's like you're not even there. It's like, you know, like a taxi driver doesn't even exist. This city here is like an open sewer, you know? It's full of filth and scum.
I think I know what you mean, Travis. But it's not gonna be easy.
You guys get to be a Secret Service man.
What?
I was just curious, because I thought maybe I'd make a good one. Hey, what kind of guns do you guys carry? 38s, 45s, 357 Magnums, something bigger maybe? Hi, I'd like to volunteer.
Why?
Why? Because I think that you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
The taxi driver is looking for a target. Getting ready. Getting organized. Preparing himself for the only moment in his life that will ever mean anything.
How much for everything?
$350 for the Magnum, $250 for the 38, $1.25 for the 25, $150 for the 380.
That taxi driver's been staring at us.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
I don't know who's weirder, you or me.
You talking to me? Then who the hell else are you talking? Talking to me? Well, I'm the only one here.
I don't believe I've ever met anyone quite like you.
Oh, yeah?
You will never see a more chilling performance than this. Robert De Niro in Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Jodie Foster, Albert Brooks, Harvey Keitel, Leonard Harris, Peter Boyle, Sybil Shepherd. Taxi Driver.
Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is a movie about a man who would not take it anymore. A movie about a man who stood up against the scum, the cunts, the dogs, the filth, the shit. A movie about a man who stood up, or at least he thinks he did. Here is Taxi Driver. And I bet you thought I was going to go with the low-hanging fruit with my intro. Like, yes, oh, who the hell else are you listening to? You listening to me? Well, I'm the only one here.
Oh, that would have been good.
Well, actually, that's not true, as I am joined by my usual men who moonlight as podcast hosts. First up is a man. I first saw him in the yard between homes on Medford and Sycamore. He was wearing shorts and no shirt. He appeared like an angel. Out of the filthy mess, he is alone. They cannot touch. My buddy and pal, Davey Corsetto. Davey, not only how are you doing, but tell us where you are and what have you been drinking this evening?
I'm in Newburyport, and I was just drinking a Steve McQueen, which, I mean, whatever.
You
It's
still
bourbon.
are. Yep.
Yeah, I am. Steve McQueen, which is bourbon, pear, and orange bitters. It's pretty good, actually.
Interesting.
Not gonna lie.
Sounds interesting.
It's
Sounds
really
good.
good.
You look like you're in
Really
the French Riviera.
Oh, it's close, guys. Look, I'm right on the water right now. I'm literally sitting
Nice.
on water. It's the best.
Nice. Water is good theme.
Yes.
Of-
Next
of
up,
Taxi Driver.
that voice you hear, this man, the podcast follows him his whole life, everywhere, in bars, in cars, sidewalks, stores, everywhere. There's no escape. He's God's podcasting man. Mr. Christopher Morris, how are you doing this fine evening? And tell the world what you were drinking.
I am doing well. I am drinking this IPA from, I probably drank it before, Bentwater Sluice Juice, which seems fitting because of the just scummy water. And it's a big theme of New York City. Just,
Oh, New York.
you
is a
just want
character
to
in
flush
this
it right
movie.
down the fucking toilet.
Yes, but it wasn't. I'll get to it, but first I want to
Yep.
share what I'm drinking.
What are you drinking,
I'm
Mike?
drinking something called Stone Brewery Hazy Double IPA FML, which stands for
Oh, he's going to hate that. I love it.
Fear Movie Lions. It had movie in the title, so I bought it,
Nice.
and it was you could buy the singular can for $2. So I don't waste the fact that I'm probably not even going to finish this. Never mind the other 4 cans or 5 cans.
Dave, grab those from him.
Ugh, gross. A good thing I have a diet
Hazy-
orange soda also here.
Hazy Juicy is delicious.
Oh my
You're such
God,
a
the
pussy.
flavor's still in my mouth. I can't get it
You're
out.
such a loser.
That's what
Okay.
I'm not even gonna make any inappropriate
Oh,
jokes
believe
about
me,
Iris.
I teed you up
but-
there for a second.
Go. Let's let Mikey give us the.
Yes.
He's
Let's
never
dive
seen
into
this
this.
movie. He's
Taxi
never seen
Driver.
this movie. There you go.
I have. This is my first time seeing the entire movie, except maybe I saw a clip or something because I knew that
Sycamore Road,
clip
maybe.
of Scorsese in the back of the cab
Oh,
talking about his wife. I've seen that before, so that's the only part. Everything else, besides like the "You're Talking to Me,"
Yep.
and some of the just pictures you've seen over the years or clips, everything else was new to me. Even the story was new to me, pretty much.
Yep.
I had a
Mhm.
basic
Good.
idea. From 1976, Taxi Driver, written by Paul Schrader and directed
Psycho.
by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert
Feel-good
De Niro,
movie.
Sybil Shepherd, Jodie Foster, Albert Brooks. I didn't know he was in this. Peter Boyle. I didn't know he was in this. Leonard Harris and Harvey Keitel.
Okay, Sybil Shepherd. You say her name?
He
I
said
said her second.
Sybil Shepherd.
You did. Okay, good.
And
She
what did
was
you think,
adorable.
Mikey?
I thought she was adorable in this. I beat you to it, David.
You were so hot in this movie.
David Hot Alert. Repeat. This is a David Hot Alert. This is not a test.
There we go. Well,
There you go.
what did I think? Let me tell you what the critics thought. On a
Let's do that.
Rotten Tomatoes, 163 reviews. It has a critic score of 89%.
That's bullshit.
And I have a theory about that, about some of these Rotten Tomato scores with older movies. I think a lot of these are newer
Yeah.
reviews, newer people, younger people who look at the world a little differently sometimes. It
Yeah.
has a 93% audience score, a 94
I'm surprised that's
score
that
on
high.
Metacritic,
'Cause
and we're back on the AFI's Greatest American Films. It
There we
is
go.
currently listed as number 52 of the AFI's Greatest American Films of all time on a budget of $1.9 million, had a box office of $28.6 million, which is a big deal on a low budget movie like that,
Mhm.
when the average ticket price in 1976 was $2.13.
How many films was this for Scorsese? Like,
That was your job. I did my job.
How many
Yeah,
films
what
was this?
yeah, like
Mean Streets he did already.
He did Mean Streets, but he also had done.
He did
had
some
done more of a
TV
low
things,
budget
some
one.
short things, yeah.
I think he did Alice Doesn't Live Here right after this, but Mean
Yeah.
Streets was his big one.
and I was telling
wasn't that
Mikey
big.
today
It
though,
was-
Which I'm
it
pretty
had a
sure
mo-
I've seen Mean
it had a
Streets.
mean street. It had a mean street kind of vibe. This movie.
Yeah,
I think.
it definitely did. So it, unlike the later Scorsese movies, it doesn't have a lot of like needle drops, right? You get that
Little bit.
score
Though. He did kind
from.
of did. You get
Well,
that
there's
score.
the
95
score. I mean,
times.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and you know what? As much as I think this movie is a masterpiece, it's not not a fun hang, right?
Not a
it's
fun
not
hang.
not
You know why
entirely
I'm here-
enjoyable. My kids would never watch this.
No.
You know why I'm in
I
Newburyport
wouldn't have
right
them
now?
watch it.
I'm in Newburyport right now because I watched the whole thing again today. I'm like, wow, that was depressing. I can get
Yes,
out of this
so it's
house
not
right
a fun
now,
hang,
you know?
but I've also come to have that score in my head, and I want it out. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not the saxophone. I mean,
It is
it's a great. It's this. There's the saxophone that I know. The guy who the composer actually died right after
It's
the movie finished. Pretty young, he was like 60 or something. Scorsese had never worked. Had just wanted to work with him. He was one of the best. I forget what other movies he had done, but I think the score, besides the saxophone, which does give you the feel of the city, the gritty,
yes,
wet,
70s.
grimy. Which, by the way, I guess Scorsese wanted the ground to be always wet, and they lucked out. I guess that's what I was saying with the bent water. It was raining a lot, and just happened to be. So it always looked, the cab, it was raining often. You see the wipers, and
gave that
just
shine
the street
to
was,
the night.
yeah. But so I watched it the first time, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen this in so long. Not really fun. I'm like, not really fun. Not gonna lie.
It's like you're observing. You're just observing a guy.
The second time I watched it, after I think it was Dave who pointed out to, notice the camera work. Kidding. He swooped in and
It's theatrical.
But the use of Scorsese, this is a masterpiece. The way Scorsese uses the point of view of Travis and just all the different shots is amazing. The way he does, there's one specific scene. I don't know if you guys notice. I'll go over the 1 minute plot in a minute, or in a few. But the one scene after he takes Betsy to their date to the lovely movie.
Ironically, how my parents met their first date.
Except they were both. She was like, it was her idea, right? It was Pat's idea. So he took her to, and then him calling her. Did you notice the camera goes into the next room? It's almost like this is so painful to watch. This is so awkward and painful.
First of all, when he walked into the movie theater, I literally had to pause it. That's when I stopped last time. I'm like, I can't watch this tonight. I gotta wait.
It's terrible.
It was late. I'm like, I can't watch this. And he's like, just because he's just such a buffoon. He doesn't know anything. In his own mind, he doesn't know shit about the world.
So yes, he doesn't, and so I think that also portrays part of his loneliness. Just the camera won't even be with him, and also how about when he shoots Sport, which, by the way,
that was so
is unbelievable, so entertaining.
He's so quick. He's in it just a bit, but yeah, he is.
You're a funny guy. But looks aren't everything. Go ahead, man. Have a good time.
And God, that hair.
When he laughs at him, the laugh, and except the part with Iris, of course.
I'm not used to a young Harvey Keitel.
Is this Harvey Keitel's first real movie too?
Well, he was in Mean Street. He was in Mean Street.
He's in Mean. That's right. But how many movies has he done with Scorsese?
These two.
I don't know how many they did after that. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think
that's a shitload.
Yeah, not as many as De Niro. But so the other thing I noticed, what was I saying about after he shoots Sport, the camera, excuse me, it's not the camera actually. It is the camera, but when Travis just goes and sits on the steps,
it's so,
you know what I mean?
Like he doesn't know what to do. Yeah.
He's like, doesn't know what to do. And they did something where they panned up to the building a few times. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah. It's just amazing shots. So is Scorsese, I don't know if he's underrated, the job he did in this movie, because I've heard a lot of people say we're going to go over the Oscar stuff. But De Niro is ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
This is his best performance. I'm sorry. I said that.
I think it might be.
It is.
I think it might be. It's like just subtly losing his mind. Losing his fucking mind. I know, Mikey, I know you're upset because it stole from the Joker.
Well, I wanted
because there's a lot of stuff that Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh my God, I can't believe how much the Joker paid homage. I mean, they knew what they were doing. They had.
It was this, and actually King of Comedy, which you have never seen. Obviously,
that too. Yeah, no, I know of it. But what I stuck to was this was a guy who was trying to appear normal. And that was like, I feel like this was the basis for that. Like I've seen like Dexter where he tries to feel like a normal person. And there's been other sociopath guys that, try to act normal. This is him. Like he's trying to do this, but I don't know much about music.
He is.
I don't know much about movies. I don't know much. I don't know much about politics. Like he says, oh, I don't know about that. Like he doesn't know things.
He didn't know how to act. Like taking her to that movies. He doesn't know how to
realize
act.
that was even an issue.
Right. And
he figured that's
but
a movie.
He also, they mentioned he has, PTSD. He's a Vietnam vet. So Paul Schrader wrote the script, which Paul Schrader is a nut. The guy is just so dark. But it's a great script. So I know you guys probably haven't read that Tarantino book, but it was it was amazing. I don't know if I've mentioned this. It was supposed to be, Travis obviously was racist. I think you wanted to give him that impression when he does the point of view and him staring. The camera is amazing. Seeing the two, I don't know if they were the two pimps, but they originally wanted, Schrader wanted to him just have Travis kill a black pimp and three black guys. He wanted it to be, and they were like the racial tension in the country. It would be so racial. Like Travis is racist anyways. He kind of.
Well, Scorsese was racist in the movie too.
Well, his character is terrible.
Yeah.
Right, his character's a freaking monster. So that's kind of like I think the turning point where Travis is like kind of scared of Scorsese's character, but he's also like, I can get a gun, right? I want to lash out. I've had this. The talk he has with Peter Boyle, the wizard. I think that's why they call him. And he goes, right. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Travis can't really even get out what he's trying to say. But yes, Peter Boyle's awesome. So also awesome is obviously Jodie Foster. Like Jodie Foster, the way she plays, you see her in the diner with him.
I'm square. You're the one that's square, man. I don't go screw and fuck with a bunch of killers and junkies the way you do. You call that being hip? What world you from?
Who's a killer?
That guy Sport's a killer. That's who's a killer.
Sport never killed him.
He killed someone.
He's a Libra.
He's a what?
I'm a Libra, too. That's why we get along so well.
He looks like a killer to me.
I think that cancers make the best lovers, but God, my whole family are air signs.
He's also a dope shooter.
So what makes you so high and mighty? Will you tell me that? Didn't you ever try looking at your own eyeballs in the mirror?
So what are you going to do about Sport and that old bastard?
When?
When you leave.
I don't know, just leave them, I guess.
You're just going to leave?
Well, yeah, they got plenty of other girls.
Yeah, but you just can't do that. What are you going to do?
What do you want me to do, call the cops?
Well, the cops don't do nothing. You know that.
Hey, look, Sport never treated me bad. I mean, he didn't beat me up or anything like that once.
That's an incredible scene right there, yeah.
Yep.
She's like a little kid. She is a
and
little
you can't
kid because
see,
she's 12 years old and she's laughing at him.
You can't
as
see
a
her
goof.
12. You can't. When you watch this movie, you do not see her as a 12-year-old.
Well, you do. That's what I'm saying. In the scene where she puts sugar on her jelly on her toast, and then she's laughing like, you're crazier than me, just laughing goofily with them. That's where she gets out, like you see that her 12-year-old side.
No, she was nominated for an Oscar for this too, right?
I believe so. Mikey's going to go over the Oscar in a moment, but also should we mention the big influence on John Hinckley Jr.? Obviously, was a big fan of this movie.
I mean, that's what I thought. Like, is he trying to impress Jodie Foster's character in this movie?
That's literally what he did. Well, Jodie Foster herself, like Palantine. Like when we watch this, I'm gonna let you do the Oscars in a second, Mike. But when I first watched this at age 16, I didn't get. I'm like, Travis is the hero of this movie. So he's one. I looked it up. I thought he was one of the first anti-heroes. And the movie The Searchers, which Martin Scorsese is obsessed with, apparently, this movie's like based on it.
Oh,
he
really?
wanted to. John Wayne's character was a racist asshole, anti-hero, and he wants to save this girl. Who does she really want to be saved? It's that type of thing. So go ahead, Mikey. Let's discuss these Oscars.
Yeah, well, I was going to say anti-hero, but at the end, it's kind of like he's seen as,
yeah,
it's
hero.
Well,
so that's
that part blew me away. I was just not. I know you haven't got. I'm getting ahead of the plot, but the fact
that's.
I thought, okay, well, that's how it ends.
Was crazy,
and that's to be expected. And then the ending, I'm like, what is going on?
Well, I guess some people think that's like Travis died, and that's like which is almost believable because it's so outrageous how Travis is hailed and how it and well, no, I'm just saying how he's like idolized and made a hero so much.
Took out the mafioso.
But Scorsese and Schrader said no, that's not what happened. So it's more of like what they're saying about society, like that they can make someone a hero out of this, that they can make someone actually idolize someone like this. But yeah, go ahead with
I'd like to go over quickly the 1977
Oscars.
Academy Awards. The movie overall was nominated for 4 different awards. Robert De Niro was nominated for Best Actor. He lost to Peter Finch for Network. Mm-hmm. Jodie Foster, nominated for Best Supporting Actress, lost to Beatrice Straight from Network. And Bernard Herrmann was posthumously nominated for Best Original Score for this and for another movie called The Possession. He was nominated twice.
Wow.
In this category. Both of them lost to Jerry Goldsmith for The Omen. So that kind of fits. The Omen scores.
No.
You can't be that.
Yeah. So
and this was nominated for Best Picture.
Best Picture.
But it lost to 1977. Anyone? Rocky. Not Rocky 1.
Let's talk about what should have won Best Picture, because this was quite a year. Like I sent it to you guys. So Network, have you guys seen Network? I know Mikey hasn't.
I haven't. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's great. All the President's Men, too.
Great movie.
Right.
Yep.
You what?
That's a great movie. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's great. So as far as what movie should have won Best Picture, I kind of, and I love Rocky. We all love Rocky. I think it's just a great, gritty 70s love story. I just don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's better than those other 3 movies. I need to rewatch Network.
Feel good story though, kind of took the world by storm, that kind of popularity.
Yeah. Well, I do know Best Director. Scorsese wasn't even nominated, and he should have won over John Avildsen from Rocky. It's insane that he wasn't.
Bergman
and
was
De Niro,
nominated. Sidney Lumet, Pakula for All the President's Men, and Sidney Lumet for Network. Ingmar Bergman for Face to Face. I know that name. Very famous name. Yeah, I just don't know that movie. And
director.
Lena Wertmuller for Seven Beauties. Don't know the name.
I think she was probably the first woman
ever nominated for Best Director. Yep.
That's why I get paid the big bucks. So as far as this Scorsese should have won Best Director, as far as I'm concerned. That's how you direct.
Wasn't
the
he
movie.
Blackballed for years for some reason? Was it a union thing or something? Or
I don't think so. I don't know. He should have won for this, so she should have won for Raging Bull. Obviously, I don't know.
Raging Bull didn't win.
He got screwed.
He didn't win Best Director until
he didn't win Best Director until The Departed, and De Niro did win Best Actor for Raging Bull.
He should have.
Yes, he should have. But Scorsese, just the direction of this movie is ridiculous. Like
Dave wins Best.
Rocky was great, but why would he win Best Director? Winning, the director of Rocky. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stallone wrote the movie, and
he probably directed most of the scenes. He was like, it was his vision. It was, even though that guy directed it, it really was Stallone's vision.
So let me give you I'm going to give you the quick plot. It's quick.
That's what I was like. Things happened, but it wasn't like a story. It was like just a man's.
It's
breakdown.
Basically, all right. Insomniac, Vietnam vet, cab driver Travis Bickle Vietnam vet Travis Bickle. He becomes a cab driver when we see what's his name at the beginning from Rocky and The Godfather.
Oh.
We see his lonely antisocial behavior play out with his failed romantic attempt with presidential candidate's campaign worker, Becky, and then ultimately his descent into madness with the failed assassination attempt of the candidate, and then violent murders as he rescues a teen prostitute. Even after his suicidal mission, he recovers and is seemingly idolized and made out to be a hero. That might be our quickest plot yet. So yeah, that was the plot, and the overhead. Yep, go ahead.
To me, it was just like it. The whole thing with the date started the spiral, or it was the excuse for him to start to spiral. Kind of like I can do this. I have the right. This is the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I mean, it was really just the psychological crumbling.
It really was, and that's. I mean, what's that?
This was right after like Goodfellas, The Godfather, correct? Pretty much.
Well, Godfather 72. This is
Godfather 2 was what?
76.
70. What was Godfather 2? Because that's the one.
Godfather 2 was 74.
Okay, so yes,
I think he was fantastic in that movie. This movie, just the way he plays this fucking lunatic.
Well, he won an Oscar. Okay, did I mention that?
Yeah, but he slowly spirals in just the.
This performance is much better than.
It's unsettling.
Crazy.
He's great as Vito, young Vito.
Great.
But
do you think he knew karate, or was he just threatening Albert Brooks? Albert Brooks was great too, because he's just Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks was great, so I guess that was his first role too.
Really?
So De Niro, after he signed on, then he ended up winning the Oscar. So they were like worried they weren't going to be able to afford him. But he only got paid like $30,000 and agreed and said he'll still work for, what they agreed to.
Crazy.
One of his
which they were lucky they really they were lucky they had him, because I can't picture anyone else in this movie. I'm sure there were
but even Sybil Shepherd played this part like really like it was very.
She was good. I guess they complained that she didn't remember her lines and shit, but I thought she was good in it.
I thought she was good in it, but she played it very like monotone.
Yeah.
The whole time, right?
Yeah. I think
she wasn't like shocked by much. She just kind of was watching him like, Travis, very quiet.
Yep. So goddamn awkward.
I noticed. Did you notice Scorsese earlier in the movie too? That's like sitting on a stoop.
Yes, he's sitting there when Betsy walks by, right?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Very observant.
I thought he was in this later, and then. Of course, he's back, and I gotta see. Scorsese's a good actor too.
He's great in that scene, right?
Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, it would fucking destroy it. Just blow her right apart. That's what it can do to her face. Now, did you ever see what it can do to a woman's pussy? And that you should see. That you should see what a 44 Magnum is going to do to a woman's pussy. You should see.
You're just like, oh my god, this guy's a scumbag. You ever see what a 44 Magnum can do to someone's head?
You gotta see what it does.
Wait, you gotta see what it does to a woman's pussy.
He's also a little racist too, right?
Oh, I mean,
his character is supposed to be.
Yes.
A lot of his movies are. He uses that N-word a lot in a lot of his movies.
So does Tarantino. Well, the characters are awful people most of the time.
Tarantino himself is actually right. Scorsese did not write this movie.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't think he wrote a lot of his movies. Well, he co-wrote Goodfellas with Pileggi. So I used to always say to my brothers, just because he's such a doofus, I think John and I always used to be like, I got to get organized.
I should get one of those signs that says, one of these days I'm going to get organized.
You mean organized?
Organized. It's a joke.
And okay, let's also call this out too. That scene where he's saying, "Are you talking to me?" is probably the most quoted scene of all time, or up in the top 5 at least.
Yeah,
it's up there.
It's got to be one of the top movie quotes of all time.
Faster than you. Saw you coming, you fucking shitheel. I'm standing here. You make the move. You make the move. It's your move. I'll try it, you.
talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? Well, then who the hell else are you talking to? Talking to me? Well, I'm the only one here. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Oh, yeah?
And just the way he's acting in that scene, and like wherever he's like looking in the mirror, whatever he's doing, it's just fucking crazy.
It's incredible. And
You're
then he
watching
said,
a crazy person literally just dive into that world of just fucking lunatic fringe.
those words really resonate too when he's like, I'm the only one here, which that's really stressed that he is, you are a lonely man. You are a man by yourself.
I love
when I love whenever he smiles or laughs.
Oh.
It's just like unintentional. Well, some of it's unintentional comedy. So
You also
the
see that-
mohawk.
I love the reveal of the mohawk.
But let's go back to this real quick. A young Robert De Niro, by far, is I consider the best actor of all time.
Well, I do too. He's my favorite actor. A young Robert De Niro. So in this era, well, what's amazing is just thinking, that this is the same guy. This is the same guy as 10 years later, but this is the same guy, 10 or so years later, as Midnight Run Robert De Niro. You can't even imagine those as the same people. By the way, my favorite role of De Niro, like I've mentioned, but just two, like seemingly completely different.
Say what you want about like the movies he does now, and just all these movies like you probably haven't seen or won't see. He was incredible in the Killers of the Flower Moon or whatever. He was awesome in that.
He really was. He's great in The Irishman.
He is great in that. Yeah,
he was great. He's like I don't know. I think young De Niro
and Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa.
Stop it! Just stop it.
And Little Fuckers. So there's a moment where he's watching TV, and it's American Bandstand, and he's watching all these people dance.
I think that's the one needle drop.
Such an empty surprise to feel so alone.
But there's these empty shoes. These empty shoes are in the middle of the dance floor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, and it shows it pans it.
What the hell? And I read did they actually have American Bandstand do something? And I think maybe they just found that clip because it's just like he was just staring at these shoes that were just empty in the middle of the dance floor. And I thought, did they actually have an American Bandstand scene shot? So then I thought,
that was weird, and it was like a Jackson Browne. Was it Jackson Browne? That was like the one needle drop. That was the one needle drop in the movie.
Later, there was a soap opera, and I thought, is he going to start hearing things there too? But it was just that's when he kicked over the TV.
That's when he kicks over the TV, and you're like,
we're kind of seeing what he's seeing, and he sees these shoes, but maybe they're just like I saw posts about it, so I didn't like. It was weird that it stood out. He's just kind of watching these things.
Mike, what did you think about this movie?
I thought it was a fascinating, like a look at a disturbing person, and as much as it wasn't like sometimes these movies can be fun. I couldn't stop thinking about it later. I was just like thinking there's more to this, and this. What am I'm missing something? There's something more. Like there's got to be articles going in depth about like things, this, that. What does this mean? The psychological breakdown.
Nothing.
Right.
No, I'm telling you, it's just it is
a little
the
bit
story's
of a
not nothing,
on
the plot's
society,
not nothing, but it's
right.
Definitely like, just watching a guy.
I mean, it's a study guy.
Connect that he was like a
descension into madness.
And
really,
I missed that completely. Or that
even like when he's with the other cab drivers, he's just so awkward.
He's watching them like they're just shooting the shit, having fun.
They show the camera. They show his point of view, staring at the other guy, and those guys are
Peter Boyle's
weirdos.
Just enjoying life.
That one-on-one conversation between Peter Boyle and De Niro was fucking classic.
A man takes a job, and that job, like that, that becomes what he is. You do a thing and that's what you want. I've been a cabbie for 17 years.
10 years at night. I still don't own my own cab. You know why? Because I don't want to. I must be what I want. You know, to be on the night shift, driving somebody else's cab. You understand? I mean, you get a job, you become the job. I mean, like one guy lives in Brooklyn, one guy lives in Sutton Place, you get a lawyer, another guy's a doctor, another guy dies, another guy gets well, and, you know, people are born. I envy your youth. Go on, get laid. Get drunk, you know, do anything. Because you got no choice anyway. I mean, we're all fucked. More or less, you know? I don't know. That's about the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It was. It
Just
was
his
so
way of,
like
just trying to
he
like
didn't know what to
sexualize
say,
the
but he's
world.
like, this makes you a you know, you're a cab driver, so that makes you drive a cab, so that makes you a cab driver. That defines you. He's trying to say. I don't.
Has he ever had
I
hair?
guess.
It becomes you.
Seriously, when Keitel says genuine, when you know, after he says, "Okay, officer,"
that was
when he says, "I'm hip."
I'm hip. But you don't look hip.
The laugh from Keitel is so genuine. You don't look hip. He just like thinks it's the funniest thing.
Because I'm expecting, I'm waiting for him to snap. It took him a while. When he snapped, that was even that, because it was all one shot, just boom, close point with, I don't care what you have, those blanks, that's still close point right up against him. He pulls the trigger.
Yeah, that's
so.
Scary. I guess they muted the colors. I think it would have been, they wanted like an X rating even, so it would have been like more bright.
The blood,
just bloody. Yeah, I think they
well,
like
even when he shot the kid, when he shot the kid in the convenience store, there was no blood either.
Oh, and
there wasn't much. Well, there was a lot of, there was a lot of blood in the last scene.
Afterwards,
they just, like I said, it wasn't bright. Wasn't bright.
Yeah. The last scene, he took that guy's face right off.
The way they showed the camera,
went up?
it was like, it went up, but yeah, when they did the, I forget what it's called, like a nurture shot or something overhead. That's really the most incredible scene.
And what was awesome
when you
about
see
it
the
too
cops and you see they had to break open the ceiling. Yeah,
like you're above the lights too that are hanging.
They had to
down.
break open the ceiling to do that.
That was awesome.
And it pans over everything, and then of course him doing the, like he's trying to the finger gun to his head.
But
that's
before
and
was.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You talked about earlier. That's so disturbing. Where he does everything he needed to do, and he takes the gun, puts it on his chin, and just starts pulling the trigger, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
So matter of factly, he's like, oh yeah. So because you could see he put the money in an envelope for Iris and says, "When you read this, I'll be dead." Hope you can get out of this and stuff like that. And so it is. It is
disturbing movie.
It is disturbing. It is disturbing, but just a brilliant masterpiece.
It really.
I haven't watched for a long time, and then I'm like, really don't love watching this. Like I'd rather watch a Nora second half again. I only
watched it once, and I had to split it. I watched half last night and half this morning. I'm like, all right, that's enough.
I wanted to watch again just to try to notice the camera shots again, which I did.
Very cool.
And then I sent you guys that article, the 10 best camera shots or whatever.
I have to wonder, how does Dave sound better on the streets of Newburyport than he does when he's in his bedroom?
I have my earbuds in.
You got to keep
my earbuds in. Yeah.
He looks like Travis.
I had to come here today. Like, I'll go see my daughter. I have to go, get out of the house. I can't sit here alone with my thoughts.
Now, why are you wearing the army coat like that and holding your? And when did you get that mohawk?
Yeah.
Seriously.
So he didn't. That wasn't really shaved.
Really?
You probably read
was
it.
it?
Yes, it wasn't. I was like, De Niro is obviously
that blows me away more than anything.
Well, only because he had to film other scenes after that.
Yeah.
So because obviously he's what's it called when
method?
You the type of method? Yeah. You don't
Raging
get much
Bull.
more method.
Than Raging Bull.
Oh yeah, exactly. And he drove around. He drove around with cabbies and stuff like that. And so yeah, method as it comes.
Speaking of the mohawk,
but he couldn't. It looks so real too.
I love the reveal of it, because you realize, like, I I've never seen the movie, but I had a feeling here it comes, you know. But at the same time, not the best haircut if you're trying to blend in, because he's running from the Secret Service with this mohawk. It's like he's that guy with the mohawk, but he got away.
So he did that because I guess, you know, Vietnam, some soldiers in Vietnam, they right before they go into battle or something wanted to do like a mohawk before to
I love
just prepare.
the scene where he talks to the Secret Service guy.
Hey. Hey, you're a Secret Service man, aren't you? Huh?
Just waiting for the senator.
You waiting for the senator? Oh. That's a very good answer. Shit. I'm waiting for the sun to shine. Yeah. No, the reason I asked if you were a Secret Service man, I won't say anything. Because I saw some suspicious looking people over there.
You did?
Yeah, they were over there, right over there. They were just here. They were very, very
suspicious.
To get,
yes.
I have information.
He gives the extra.
I'd like to join.
He gives the zip code.
Yeah, he gives. I'm thinking of my phone number, but like
0324716.
I'm glad they weren't like stupid. The guys, they look like we got to keep an eye on this guy.
Yeah. So that's how. I mean, that's what that guy recognized him, but then he also saw him reaching into his coat. It wasn't really. It wasn't as. He didn't do as good a job as Hinckley.
And
I don't.
And that guy. Another thing though, that presidential candidate. It never was like, oh, he deserves this. He didn't. He did something. He didn't do anything. I don't know. Like, I think he did this just because of Sybil Shepherd. I mean, really.
He's like yes, like his fucked up
Betsy
sense of.
I'll
sense
show
of
you
justice. A sense of. It was like this guy's a phony, and you know.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, and then at the end he's like, oh, is he gonna win? You know, I think he's got it. So.
Yeah.
And then when she got in the cab at the end, I thought, no, this can't end with her saying, come upstairs. This can't end with that. I'm so glad.
That's why people think it's fake, but right. That's why people thought it was a dream because it was so weird. And then did you see the little double take when he looks in the mirror again? It's like a weird little glitch. It's not a glitch, but it's like a weird little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's tough. We had to rank it as far as Scorsese movies. It's obviously not nearly as enjoyable for me as Goodfellas.
Well, it's not entertaining, but from an acting standpoint, it's pretty fucking up there.
It is. 100%.
I don't think it's meant to be entertaining. I think it's meant
not
to be
a lot
like
of levity except for Albert Brooks.
Right.
And delusional and fucking just psychosis. So yeah, it doesn't leave you feeling good after you're done watching it.
And I'm really just surprised
movie that
like I didn't realize that
Manchester by the Sea was.
Like they'd sell popcorn. They sell popcorn and candy bars at a porno theater. I didn't even know that.
Exactly. I said that to you today, Mike.
Yeah.
Like, it's so strange.
You know who loves this movie is Bill Hader. Loves this movie.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about this movie, and he said he gets like a popcorn, and how's he carry? He goes, where does he put all that stuff when he whacks off? Like how do you do that?
It's so true. Oh, so good.
I don't think Travis did though.
No, he was just going to a movie. He wouldn't ever. I don't even think he would think to do that. Yeah, you're exactly.
He got a Clark bar. And, I think that was his real wife or something. That was somebody.
No, I think it was. I think it's his wife's
funny.
sister.
Oh, okay.
And he really wanted to know her name.
She's like,
Mister.
calls the manager. Hey, he somehow Betsy was taken by him a little bit. She's like, this guy is so
charming at the beginning.
He was charming, and then
direct,
she's like, "Whoa, something's wrong with this guy."
But then, even at that first, like, he's so presumptuous about Albert Brooks's character. He's not a good person. He's not this. He's not serious.
Right.
He's not like. Yeah. This guy is just you could see he labels you right away, like, you know, he knows better, quote unquote. I mean, it's sociopath. I think is what I've
he certainly is.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all-time great.
It really is.
I'm glad we did it, and I'm wondering even if Mikey knows what the next movie is.
I know what the
Because-
next movie is.
Oh, you do? Okay. Is it take place on a mode of transportation?
It does take place on a mode of
Oh, okay.
transportation.
I didn't know if we were finished though. I didn't.
Oh
mean to
no,
rush.
I'm ready. Dave's in his car. He's ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. Go. I have a movie I have to go finish after this. David, any last words before we talk? We tell you what the next movie is, and you'll be excited.
Go ahead, tell me.
The next movie, and I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix right now, is the 2016 South Korean film Train to Busan.
Oh, great.
So you
Subtitles, Dave.
There are subtitles, but there won't be any clips in the next episode, so I can breeze through one episode in June, which always comes in handy. Dave, I'm telling you, you're gonna love this movie.
I look forward to watching it again. We both have
very
seen
much
it.
looking forward to seeing it.
It's pretty great.
All right.
But that is next time. Until then, in the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. You can follow us on Blue Sky at Fine Movies. You can follow David in his Jeep in Newburyport right now if you're there, but I guess that doesn't quite work. And of course, every episode can be found at Fans Not Experts on YouTube and fansnotexperts.com. Christopher, any parting words from you?
No parting words, except I forgot to mention I somehow have in my notes Betsy didn't like the movie. Fucking prude.
Very well said. You know, we shouldn't even give it a chance.
I know. Seriously, it wasn't even that bad.
Davey.
But nope, I got nothing.
Davey Gravy, any parting words from you, my friend?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I just like it is a podcast.
I can't
Just
believe he
fucking try
really
something.
is. No, he's gotten a cab now. I can't believe.
I know, right? He's in the car right now. Go pick up a fare.
Go
get your hack license. He's buckled in. That's really good.
Oh, you didn't even mention Taxi, too.
I know.
Oh,
I
God.
didn't mention Taxi. I've mentioned it so many times up to this. It's funny. I looked up on CinemaScore. I started typing in Taxi Driver, and it didn't come up. But Taxi came up and got a B+.
Get the fuck out of here.
David's favorite Queen Latifah movie.
Like I
Taxi.
said,
That's
it's
funny.
like Mikey loves every movie in Movie Month. He must have had that on Movie Month if that got a fucking B+. Except,
What's his name? Took that movie so serious too. You know that? The guy, what's
Who
his
did?
name? I forget. The guy that was in it. It took it so
Jimmy Fallon? Jimmy Fallon.
I thought
Oh,
that was
yeah.
gonna be his huge break.
It was a remake of a French movie that was pretty popular, I think.
Oh, it's not
They
good.
made like sequels and sequels. I think it's like a Luc Besson movie or something.
Yeah, not
Really?
good. Okay.
Anyway, that has nothing to do with Taxi Driver.
That's
That has
it.
nothing to do
Sorry.
with next time.
I'm
But
prolonging this.
don't worry about French next time. Brush up on your South Korean because that's where we'll be next time. David, drive safely.
We talk about great movies while drinking. We talk about great movies while drinking. Yeah, we talk about great movies while drinking. And we feel fine.
This is my new backyard, guys. This is my new backyard.
Oh, yeah.
How
You're a
far?
hop away now.
Hop away.
15
8
minutes?
About 8.
Is it really? Really?
Yeah, pretty quick. Yeah.
That's
8, 10
awesome.
minutes. Yeah. Pretty fantastic.
berry.
Look at this. I'm gonna sit on this pier. This is over the
Oh my
water.
God, if he fell in, this is definitely going on YouTube.
Live.
Fans Not Experts.